Hello everyone, welcome to Sunburned, Albino plays some Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney Trilogy, episode 11. Did we do the investigation? It's been a few days. Oh, I gotta turn my volume down real quick. Did we do the investigation or do we have to find out more? Did we find out more or do we need to find out more? Alright. That was a close one, huh, Mia? Really? Too bad, I'm sorry I missed it. Huh? Maya! So, what happened? Well, I think I've got a pretty good idea who did it. Now all I need is a motive, and proof. Wow, good going, Nick. Under the initial trial system, tomorrow is the last day we have. Initial trial? What's that? That's the new court system they introduced 2 or 3 years ago. They had so many cases in the system, they decided to speed the whole process up. So, under that system, trials have to end in 3 days? Yeah, pretty much. Well, we've no time to waste. Any ideas? Well, have you noticed anything that might help us? I can't see what's going on when Mia is here. So no, I haven't noticed anything. Right. Maybe we should go talk to WP? WP, Powers, right. What happened with the director's testimony? Well, it's pretty clear that the producer and the director were both in the trailer. Huh. Which means that the killer has to be one of them. Really? Why? Because the real scene of the crime was Studio 2, where that trailer is. What? Was Maya always this excitable? Interesting, alright. Hey, have you seen my attorney badge? Sorry, I don't know how that will help us figure this out. Oh, okay. Alright, doubting me now. Let's go talk to WP, huh?
Mr. Wright, you did very well again today. Thank you.
Oh, thanks. Could you not look like you're about to burst into tears? Wow, Nick, you must have really wowed him in there. And could you wipe that grin off your face? Hey, WP, only 1 day left. Let's make it count.
Yes, though there's not really anything I can do to help.
I'm not really sure what I can do either. Please, this is no laughing matter. Dude. Tell me about these sleeping pills. Oh, we don't even have them anymore. Ugh. Could you tell me more about Miss Vasquez?
Oh, the producer? She's well respected in the industry. They say she's a genius.
A genius?
She's been at Global Studios for 5 years now. Right or wrong, nobody dares tell her different these days.
Why is that?
Ever since she came on board, we've had nothing but hits. Global Studios was on its knees, but she picked it up and made it shine. Oh, and...
And what?
Nothing. Forget it. I've only heard rumors anyhow.
Can you tell me anything about Mr. Manila?
Oh, he used to be a minor straight-to-video director, but something in his work caught Vasquez's eye. She brought the Steel Samurai idea to him. Now everyone knows the name Sal Manila. I hear he's pretty much at her beck and call, though. Whenever she says jump, he asks how high and all that.
I can imagine him being at her beck and call, though I can't imagine him jumping. I was wondering about Mr. Hammer. He was a big star back in the day, right? But then he just dropped off the face of the earth.
Oh, yes, you're right. In fact, he was my role model when I started in this business. But he just stopped taking on big roles. That's when he began appearing in little productions at Global.
How could he do that? I was really looking forward to a sequel to Samurai Summer.
He just gave up being a star 5 years ago. Actually, now that I think about it, that was right when Miss Vasquez came to Global.
5 years ago? So then it seems like we're thinking Vasquez is the killer, or maybe Manila's the killer, but Vasquez masterminded it. So she's involved no matter what. What else would we present to you? No? Okay. I don't know what else we would do. That's it. Where would we go now? Back to the studio, I guess. The old windbag sure is quiet today. You know, this place is really
peaceful like this. Nick? I think her guard's down.
Yeah?
I bet we could even eat those donuts in the guard station if we wanted.
You eat, you die.
Phew, she's alive!
I was wondering about Dee Vasquez, the producer. Oh, the studio bigwigs love her, so she always gets her way. She seems bitter.
Do you not like the producer?
Look, the studio people don't want me talking about her, so sorry.
Can I ask you about Sal Manella, the director?
Sal? He's soft, a pushover. Does whatever Vasquez tells him to. She treats him like dirt, but I think he likes it.
Huh? Why would anyone like being treated like dirt? That doesn't make any sense, does it, Nick?
No, it doesn't, Maya.
About Mr. Hammer.
I heard about what you said today, cheeky whippersnapper. Poor old Hammer. You drag his star down from the sky and stomp on it, calling him a criminal, a thief. I won't forget this.
Uh-oh, she's really pissed this time.
You listen to me, whippersnapper. My poor old Hammer would never do such a thing. Why would he steal Powers' costume so he could sneak by me? He would never stoop so low. It's impossible. Well, we got you worked up. What can we show you?
Miss Oldbag? What do you think of this?
Think? I'm not in the mood for thinking, thank you very much. No? Okay. So we don't show you anything then. And we've done all the talking, so I guess now we should go to Studio 2, shouldn't we? Where the real scene of the crime was? Yeah.
Think back, Nick, to the day of the murder. Mr. Hammer put on the Steel Samurai costume. Then he left from here to go to Studio 2?
Right.
But why? I wonder if someone called him, like the director or the producer?
Oh, hello.
Hey, Nick, it's Miss Vasquez. Hello?
Hello? Hello?
Maya, you should at least try to be polite.
I'm watching the clouds.
That's all she had to say, apparently. Excuse me. Mr. Hammer came here on the day of the murder, and...
Shh. Perhaps you didn't hear me. I'm watching the clouds. I'm not interested in talking to you.
Do something, Nick. She's really ticking me off.
Oh dear.
Mr. Powers wasn't the killer. You don't have to cancel the Steel Samurai.
I think I'm tired of this Steel Samurai.
You did it! Nick, she did it! She's the killer! My Fey blood speaks to me! I know it! I know it!
Oh dear. I was wondering if you could tell me about Mr. Manella. If you must talk about that man, perhaps you could talk about it in the trailer, by yourselves. Oh dear. I mean, we can't really present anything to you. Well, yeah, let's go to the trailer then. Is that where he is then?
Wasn't the assistant cleaning up yesterday? Funny, it still seems pretty messy in here.
I guess she was still on a high from getting that rare card she needed. Nothing in here. Paper cups, crumbled documents. Nothing's changed here. Maybe we should go to the employee area. There's nothing we can present to you. Why would we even want to present something to you? We don't want you to know what we have on you. Also, we can't go to Studio 1 anymore. So, we would have to go to the main gate. We would then have to go to the employee area.
I guess they're not filming today either. I did want to see them filming just one time.
This trial will be over and done by tomorrow.
You can come see them film later. I guess. This is where you found that bottle of sleeping pills, right?
Uh-huh.
I wonder if there are any other clues lying around.
Yeah! No touching!
Eek!
Oh, sorry, pal. Didn't mean to frighten you.
Didn't mean. I almost had a heart attack.
I guess I can be a little dramatique at times. I suppose it's the actor in me.
Dramatique indeed.
Anyway, I'm here to examine the plate on that table.
Wait, are you looking for sleeping pills?
Yeah, pal. Traces thereof.
So you're looking for traces of the sleeping pills. How?
For a thorough examination, I gotta take the plate back to the precinct. But I have the capabilities to make a cursory examination right here. Our science guy gave me some testing solution. This reacts to these sleeping pills, see? If there are traces, they'll change color.
Wow, neat. Well, Detective Gumshoe, what are you waiting for?
Now, everything in due time, pal. Well, the testing solution on the plate changed color, all right.
So the food on this plate had been laced with sleeping pills.
Looks like it.
Steak plate added to the court record. Okay, so Mr. Powers did not take his own sleeping pills, or they were not his sleeping pills, which is why I didn't recognize them. Okay. How goes your investigation?
To tell the truth, it's a real mess, pal. Some people think we should pursue the case we already have against Powers, and some people think we should switch suspects.
What do you think, Detective Gumshoe?
Well, pal, I hate to admit it, but I'm not sure I buy the case against Mr. Powers anymore. I feel kind of bad for Mr. Edgeworth, though.
How is Edgeworth doing, anyway?
Mr. Edgeworth is out of control. He was in the waiting room and he crushed this paper cup with hot coffee in it.
Whoa.
Talk about burns, pal.
Wow, the fury of Edgeworth.
Yeah, crushing paper cups. Cups? Bottles? Say, whatever happened with that empty bottle?
Oh, the bottle of sleeping pills? Well, I got some good news for you about that. They found the victim, Jack Hammer's prints on the bottle.
So that means...
Yep, sounds like the one who put Powers to sleep was none other than the victim.
So I was right! Sleeping pill bottle added to the court record, nice. Alright, let's go into the dressing room.
Oh, hello! What are you doing here?
Oh, I was just cleaning up the dressing room.
I guess WP won't be using it anymore, so...
What? Why?
But WP's innocent.
Yes, and I'm really grateful for all you've done. But this week is the last episode of the Steel Samurai.
What? No!
I was wondering if I could ask you about Mr. Hammer. Yes? On the day of the murder, he went to Studio 2. Huh? I thought he went to Studio 1.
He stole the Steel Samurai costume, too.
What? Why would Mr. Hammer do something like that? Oh, I guess the rumor must be true then.
The rumor?
Yeah, Miss Vasquez, that producer, had some kind of hold on Hammer. She had some dirt on him. He'd do anything she said, apparently.
Some dirt? What dirt?
Dirt, you know, bad stuff.
I know what dirt means.
About 5 years ago, they were filming a movie starring Mr. Hammer. They were using the new studio, Studio 2. Some sort of accident happened during filming. After that, they never used Studio 2 again. They left the film set the way it was, too. The film set? Was that trailer part of the film set, then?
What do you mean, the last Steel Samurai?
I know it's a shock, but nothing can be done to save it now. Whoever really did kill Mr. Hammer also signed the Steel Samurai's death warrant.
No.
No! Also, I hear that Global Studios is going to change its programming. They're not going to make kids shows anymore.
What? Why?
I don't know. It's sad, but that's what Global Studios decided. Why aren't they going to make the kids shows anymore? The studio bigwigs don't want the Steel Samurai around anymore. They want to forget all this ever happened. They want it quiet, you understand?
How can they just do that? What about all the kids who love the Steel Samurai?
It's okay, I'm sure the kids will be fine.
They'll find a new hero to follow. No, that can't be true. If the program just ends, they'll be heartbroken for sure. Nick, say something.
Yeah. I think evidence rather than words is called for here. Here, take a look at this. And this is... A fan collected all of these photographs. The kids love the Steel Samurai. The show shouldn't be canceled just so some adults can save face. I would think you would understand that better than anyone.
You're right. Okay,
But what can I do? Well, for starters, you can tell me something. Tell me what it is that Global Studios is so intent on hiding. Tell me about this accident 5 years ago.
okay.
Could you tell us what happened 5 years ago?
Well, I can tell you what I've heard. Apparently 5 years ago, someone died, and it was Hammer's fault.
Someone died?
It was an accident, of course. Anyway, the producer, Miss Vasquez, managed to hush it up.
And that's the dirt she had on Mr. Hammer?
And that's why Mr. Hammer would do anything Miss Vasquez asked him to do. But it was an accident, right? Why didn't they just make it public?
Well, you know, Mr. Hammer was a big star back then. They were afraid about what would happen to his career if word got out.
I see.
You know who knows more about this? Miss Oldbag. She was here at the studios back then, you know. Thanks, we'll try asking her. If she'll talk. Okay. Well, let's go back there then. Bam, 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 bam.
What, you're still slinking around? If you like the place so much, why don't you take over for me? The old windbag doesn't look so good.
Everybody's doing their darndest to forget Hammer. Who do they think made Global Studios what it is today? Hammer! It's all due to Hammer!
She's starting to froth at the mouth, Nick. Maybe we should keep a safe distance?
I wanted to ask you about 5 years ago.
Who told? Who did you hear that from?
Huh?
Nichols!
Nichols?
Nichols, Nick. Penny Nichols. That assistant we talked to.
Oh, right. Anyway, we heard about the accident. It was during filming with Jack Hammer. He killed a man, didn't he?
Whippersnappers! Dredging up dirt on someone's past like that, and the recently departed no less! I suppose you think this is fun!
No, I'm just doing my job to protect Mr. Powers.
And you claim that Hammer stole Powers' costume! You expect me to believe that rubbish? Or do you have some kind of proof?
Proof that Hammer stole Powers' costume? I have proof. I'm sorry, Miss Oldbag, but I do have proof. I can prove that Mr. Hammer stole Mr. Powers' costume. With the sleeping pill bottle. Here's my proof.
What? What's a little empty bottle supposed to prove?
It's a bottle of sleeping pills with Mr. Hammer's fingerprints on it.
What does that prove? I'm sure old Hammer had some sleepless nights. Where's your proof that he used those pills on Powers?
Mr. Powers ate a T-bone steak for lunch, correct?
What? Well, yes, so?
This is the plate that he used to eat that steak. There are traces of sleeping pill powder on the plate.
I see. Poor Hammer. You did wrong, Hammer. Rest your soul.
Miss Oldbag?
Okay, you win. I'll talk. I'm tired, see? Tired of holding it all in.
Miss Oldbag?
You're right. 5 years ago, there was an accident. A fatal accident. What's worse, a paparazzi took a photo of it. That photo, well, it caused quite a stir. And guess who made it all better? Vasquez. She has ties to the mafia. She silenced that paparazzi. That was the beginning. After that, she became a force to be reckoned with here at the studio.
I see.
But you have to understand, poor old Hammer never meant any harm to anyone.
Miss Oldbag.
Hold on a minute.
Poor Miss Oldbag.
Here, take this.
A photograph? Oh, wow.
Wait a second.
This is the picture. Is this the trailer in Studio 2? Hammer was supposed to fight with a bad guy on the top of those stairs there. He pushed the other actor, and the man fell onto the flower box fence.
But how did you get this?
It was a long time ago. I don't feel much like talking about it.
I understand.
5-year-old photo out of the court record, alright. But who is that guy? Well, I guess it doesn't matter. Well, now what? Oh, we should confront D. Vasquez with this information is what we should do. Absolutely. Hey, I've got an interesting little photograph you might be interested in, Miss Vasquez. What do you think of some of this bullshit?
She's not even looking.
Where?
What?
Where did you get that?
Well...
Old bag.
Old? She means the security lady, Miss Oldbag, Nick.
Who the fuck wouldn't know that?
Right. Anyway, Miss Vasquez, you hid this incident from the press, didn't you? And you used it to control Mr. Hammer.
The wind.
Huh?
It's gotten stronger, don't you think? The wind. Your conversation interests me. Let's talk about it more inside the trailer.
Nick, she went inside the trailer.
What? Damn, she's gonna, like, murder both of us. You came. Well then, what was that you were talking about?
Why is she so eager to talk all of a sudden? Miss Vasquez, you were using that accident. You were blackmailing Mr. Hammer so you could control him, weren't you? That's why he was doing kids shows for petty change.
So I'm a blackmailer now?
Well, that's what it was, wasn't it? I mean, sure, it was an accident, but you used it to drag Mr. Hammer down from his rightful place as a star.
Oh, I haven't pulled anyone down from anywhere. Mr. Hammer's career went sour of its own accord.
But you were the cause. You pressured him. And to think it was just an accident.
Excuse me. What is this all about? You keep saying accident, accident. How are you so sure?
What do you mean?
Must I spell everything out for you? Think. What would it be if it wasn't an accident?
Huh? No. No way. You mean Mr. Hammer did it on purpose?
That is what I mean.
Where's your proof? Can you prove it?
Just think. Would he have let me run his life for 5 years over a mere accident? And I ran him hard, believe you me.
But the security lady said it was an accident.
Oh, well, she was a big fan of Hammers, you see. She jumped on the reporter who brought that photo into the studio. She wrenched it out of his hands, she did. Gave him a few bruises, too.
So that's why she had the photo.
She's an old fool. Of course, all the reporter would need is the negatives. He could have made a copy. But he didn't. The only copy of that photo is the one you hold. Give it to me. Now.
What? This is valuable evidence.
Boys!
Who were they?
Professionals. They're good at erasing various things. What do you think? Would you like to be erased?
What?
The trial ends tomorrow? How unfortunate. It's a shame you'll have to miss it.
Tell me why. Why do you want this photograph so badly? This is Mr. Hammer's dirt, no? Why should D. Vasquez care about it at all?
I'm sure you'll have plenty of time to think about that where you're going. So long, friends. Boys, erase away.
No!
Hold it right there. I heard everything, pal. D. Vasquez, you're coming down to the precinct with me now.
Not bad. Very well. It appears this contest will be decided tomorrow then, in court. I'll be looking forward to it.
Hey, you okay, pal? Sorry I was a little late with my entrance. I don't get many chances to practice that sort of thing.
Detective Gumshoe! Thank you, thank you, thank you! I was really scared!
Huh? Don't mention it, pal. Just doing my job.
Detective Gumshoe?
Sorry, it's just... wanted to say that line ever since I became a detective. Okay, I've got one more job to do today. I'm sure we'll run into each other again soon.
Well, Nick, it looks like we're getting close to the bottom of this.
And who's at the bottom? And who's at the bottom?
D. Vasquez.
Okay, then it wouldn't be salmonella then, huh? Alrighty then. We starting with the trial tomorrow then? We should do, like, a little bit of the trial. Just because we're only 25 minutes on this episode. Alright, District Court, here we go.
Court is now in session for the trial of Mr. Will Powers.
Dude, I've said that line at least 6 times.
The prosecution is ready, Your Honor.
The defense is ready, Your Honor.
Today will be the final day of this trial. I hope both the prosecution and the defense will be able to present decisive evidence. Very well, Mr. Edgeworth, your opening statement.
In yesterday's session, the defense presented us with a new theory for this case. He claims that the scene of the crime was, in fact, Studio 2. Today, I will call on people present in the Studio 2 trailer that day. From their testimonies, the truth will become clear.
Very well.
Edgeworth seems a bit on edge today.
You may call your first witness, Mr. Edgeworth.
The prosecution calls Miss D. Vasquez to the stand. Miss D. Vasquez is a producer who was present in the Studio 2 trailer that day. Will the witness state her name and occupation?
D. Vasquez. I am a producer for Global Studios.
On the day of the murder, you were in the trailer in Studio 2.
As everyone here knows, yes? I dislike needless banter. If you must pontificate, do it when I'm not here.
Very well, Miss Vasquez. Please give the court your testimony concerning the day of the murder.
Nick, I know she did it. Make her pay.
Right. If she's guilty, I'll catch her with her pants down, so to speak. I entered the trailer, a little before noon. The meeting began at 12 o'clock sharp. It ended at 4. There was to be a rehearsal afterwards, so we went to Studio 1. I was fatigued, so I had Sal take me. At 2:30, we took a 15-minute break in the meeting. Sal and I ate T-bone steaks on the table in front of the trailer. We found Hammer's body later when we all went to Studio 1. Look at that crater in it. It's smooth and round, just perfect. That's all.
I have a question about one part of your testimony. You were fatigued, so you had Sal take you.
The van. There's a van at Studio 2. I had him take me in that. I thought it might be risky to walk, what with that monkey's head toppling over. Manila used this van to drive Vasquez to Studio 1 after the meeting. How far away is that? That can't be that far away. That's like a block.
I see. Very well, Mr. Wright, your cross-examination.
This is the final battle, Nick. Let's do it.
I entered the trailer a little before noon. Okay, what do we have? Time of death 2:30. Yep. Dragon one leg. Yep. Guide map to Global Studios. Fine. The murder weapon. Sure. Block the path between 2:15 and 4. The murder happened at 12. I used this van to drive Vasquez to Studio 1 after the meeting in the trailer. But they oh, no. They discovered his body at 4. But, you know, it turned out that, like, yeah, okay, sure. The meeting began at 12 o'clock sharp. It ended at 4. Yeah. There was to be a rehearsal afterwards, so we went to Studio 1. Indeed. What kind of rehearsal?
And when exactly was that?
I've forgotten.
Maybe you could try remembering?
No.
The meeting ended at 4, and the rehearsal was scheduled for 5 o'clock. I would think it was between those times. You would think? Come on, all you did was state the obvious, Edgeworth.
Alright, I was fatigued, so I had Sal take me.
Hold on! You had Sal take you? What does that mean?
It means what I just said. I had Sal take me in the Studio 2 van.
Oh, right.
At 2:30, we took a 15-minute... There was no mention of the van anywhere. But that's what they're saying. At 2:30, we took a 15-minute break in the meeting. You had T-bone steaks. Say at 2:30. Took a 15-minute break. That's when he was murdered at 2:15. Let's press that.
And what were you doing during that time?
Don't hit your desk. It irritates me.
Yeah, Mr. Wright.
Oops. Nice. It was a 15-minute break. Sal and I ate T-bone steaks on the table in front of the trailer.
Do you have someone who can verify this?
I don't know, maybe Sal?
Sal? No, I mean someone else. One person is enough. If she committed murder during that break, she wouldn't have had time to eat a T-bone steak. If I had some evidence that proved she didn't eat that steak... Well, Nick, find anything?
Kind of wish... Prove that she didn't eat that steak. Okay. So what would prove that she didn't eat the steak? Honor to trace the sleeping pills in a large bone. But that's only that one steak. He didn't do that to everybody. Dude, I don't have a clue here. Hey, T-bone steaks. Alright, something refutes that. Would it be the van? The break at 2:30. They didn't go to Studio 1 till after 4. T-bone steaks on the table in front of the trailer. What would... Dude, I'm so hungry thinking about this. I can't even... Ugh. What about the head? Shit. Must be on the wrong track. Something refutes it. That was a 2. Sal and I. There's nothing Sal related in this. So it's not like he would, you know. Maybe we just do the van. It's the newest, or it couldn't have been the steak plate, because those were in the employee area. Would the van refute it? Shit. Alright. I mean, let's try the steak plate then. Sleeping pills on the plate, though. They're not trying to say that every single T-bone steak was laced. There's no way.
Ha! As I thought! You claim you ate a T-bone steak. But I say you did not!
What's this now, Mr. Wright?
Look at this.
It's a plate?
This plate was on the table in the employee area. As you can see, a large bone has been left behind. Mr. Wright, need I remind you it was a T-bone steak? Exactly my point. Remember, if you will, Miss Vasquez and Mr. Manella ate at a table outside the trailer. Yet there were no bones left on the plates. The plates were bare. Miss Vasquez? So what, they threw the bones away? But not the plates? I mean, I guess. Tell me, how can a person eat a T-bone steak and not leave the bone? I think I know how. You ate the bone too? You ate a boneless steak? You didn't eat the steak. You didn't eat any steak during that break. You took your steak and threw it somewhere, like that incinerator.
I see. Then what was Miss Vasquez doing during her break?
Isn't it obvious, Your Honor? Picking on Salmonella. She was meeting the Steel Samurai. She was meeting with the Steel Samurai!
Order. Are you saying...
Yes, Your Honor. As Miss Vasquez left the trailer to eat her steak, she ran into the Steel Samurai, and then you did it. You killed him with your own hands! Dude, that's right, I forgot that it was murdered outside Studio 2. That's why, yeah, the timeline doesn't matter, mostly. Like, all that thought process I was going through.
Yeah. Mr. Wright, isn't that a little presumptuous?
What kind of stunt are you trying to pull, Wright? Let him claim what he wants. You say I did it? Yes. Fascinating. And here I was worrying that today would be as boring as all the rest. Very well. Let us have a battle of wits, you and I. Any day, Vasquez. Good luck, Nick. Let's see. What was that murder weapon again? Oh yes, the samurai spear. Yes? I am, as you can see, a woman of petite stature. How could I possibly use that heavy spear as a weapon? Okay, I'm gonna say. I think you could. It's not impossible! Well, maybe it's not impossible, but... Silence. I'm speaking. The victim was stabbed through the chest from the front, yes? I believe this would indicate that the victim was aware of the killer's presence. Now, the Steel Samurai costume is quite light and mobile. Compared to the victim, I am weaker and slower. I couldn't possibly win such a fight. Not to mention there is proof I did not have the spear. The photograph of the Steel Samurai shows that the victim himself was holding it. Or do you mean to suggest that I could have wrested it away from him? Yeah, take that, right? If you still think she did it, show us proof. Hey, Nick. Look at the data we have on that samurai spear in the court record. Isn't there something in there that gets to you? The break in the shaft has been mended with duct tape. Again, yeah, like the spear part was stabbed into him. But I don't know. I'm not sure. Something odd about the samurai spear? Oh. Wait!
Something the matter, Mr. Wright?
Sorry, Your Honor. I'd like to take back my previous claim.
Very well, I won't hold you to your claim. But I'm afraid I will have to penalize you.
Oh, shit. What's this? You're taking back your claim? Let's backtrack for a moment. I want to consider whether the witness could have used the samurai spear or not. However, that has no bearing on this case. Meaning, the samurai spear was not the murder weapon. What? Oh, maybe he was pushed onto the fence thing again?
What is the meaning of this? The spear was found lying next to the victim's body.
I have proof, Your Honor. I can prove that the samurai spear was not used as the murder weapon. Would the photo prove it, or would the spear itself?
Wrong, Mr. Wright.
But I haven't said anything yet.
I know you well enough by now to know when you're going to present the wrong evidence.
I can sense it too with my fey blood. Okay, so I picked the wrong evidence. Enough with all the sensing. Right, okay, here's the real evidence, Your Honor. I can prove it. Do you just pick the spear? Oh, yeah, okay, don't overanalyze shit, I guess. I present my proof, the so-called murder weapon. But that is the murder weapon. Not so fast. Remember that this spear broke during the morning action scene run-through, but someone fixed the spear. It was the security lady. She fixed it with duct tape. Now tell me, how is it possible for someone to stab a man who is wearing a thick costume with this through the chest?
Order!
Mr. Wright, what are you driving at? Think about what you're... Silence! I'm the one testifying here, and I will be heard. Are you quite sane? Are you even aware of what you're saying? If the samurai spear was not the murder weapon, then pray tell what was? How was Hammer killed?
Well, Mr. Wright, can you tell us what weapon was used to kill Mr. Hammer?
Yes, I can. Would I make a claim like that if I couldn't tell you what the weapon was?
I'm afraid your confidence can sometimes be unfounded, Mr. Wright. Very well, let's see this murder weapon then.
Look at this photo.
What is this? Why, that's Jack Hammer standing at the top of the stairs.
Order! Indeed it is, and that's gonna do it for this episode. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, you can like, share, and subscribe. We'll find out the rest of the stuff next time, and I'll see you guys next time.